All right, so I want to cover the 4 hour break and retest strategy. All right. When it comes to market structure, it comes to price action and market structure, you want to keep it as simple as possible because it really is simple. So I want to simplify this to show you how literally with this strategy alone you can make profits, because when this plays out more often than not, it's a winner. All right. So we can see here on GBP NZD. Overall, we're in an uptrend. All right. Overall, we're creating these higher highs and higher lows. But we can see here recently on the daily, we had a nice fall, right? About 4 to 5 days of straight drop. Okay. So if we zoom out, always look left to go right. And it's interesting because if this continues bearish this week, it looks like on the weekly, this is also setting up to form a nice evening star, which could be a sign for an even bigger move down. All right. So those are things you pay attention to. But now where price fell from, all right, or even looking at this on a daily, where it fell from, it's a lot of supply to the left. So I could put a horizontal ray at the top of where it fell on a daily and bring it over here, roughly around here. All right, that's where it fell from recently. And you look way over here, that's the highest it's been basically since April 2020. So, and this had a big fall over there at that time as well. So it's been about 3 years. All right. It's been 3 years since it's been this high, and it's completing or giving us the same type of rejection. So now, all right, we go down to the 4 hour. So we can look at this, right? And we can see, boom, price has been making higher highs and higher lows. So technically, when price created this high, we created a higher high. But understanding that, looking to the left, it's a major level of supply that it just rejected from. So now I have this zone here drawn in because this zone signifies a level of structure or resistance. Because actually last week, this move played out. Price came up. You see we had a wick rejection, 4 hour bearish rejection right back in this, pulled back some, and then it fell before then pumping up. But now we see a sharp sell back into this range. All right. So when you see a close back below this level of structure, that's a sign we're going lower. And this is the 4 hour break indication right here. This candle, technically. All right. That's the candle I will more like, I will want to see that type of breakdown. Now, I could have looked at this and said, you know what, this right here broke down too. It actually broke structure, broke back below. But a candle like this is more ideal. A lot of times it's an engulfing candle, strong close. You know what I mean? That's even holds more weight that it's likely we're going down further. All right. And after you see that type of candle indication, it's likely, a lot of times you're going to see a pullback. So you can see here, price pulled back and retested. All right. Pulled back for the retest. All right. That's when you're looking for your entry. You enter here, stop loss above the engulfing structure or the breakdown structure, and you take profits down here. Now looking to the left, I at least would have looked for price to come here to this minor level of support that it made before rising, at least there within that zone. And even there, that's a 1 to 2. All right. Or I would expect the price to come to the zone that it's at now. And that zone I have drawn in, just so you can know why that's there. If I look at here on the daily, I drew that zone from the top of this level of supply. This was a major level of supply here too. All right. So I draw that in because that's a zone that price is either going to break or bounce. If it holds strong support, that could be a sign it's going up. Like we see here, it found support here in the past and bounced. But now where we're at, we're either going to break it or we're going to continue up. All right. So that was one opportunity, that breakdown. Now, that's so for the most part, that's GBP NZD. I mean, if price was to come a nice 4 hour close from here, then that'll be another opportunity on that retest and breakdown. All right. So I want to look at Euro NZD as well. Euro NZD actually moves similar to GBP NZD. So I want to clear some of this up just so you can have an idea of what we're looking at. So with EN, same thing. Price has been in this uptrend, all right, on the daily. But if we see where price we're just rejected from, we're seeing strong bearish rejection on a weekly. Now, if we look to the left, it's rejecting. I started this zone at this big level of supply here. All right. And you can see eventually this consistently held as a strong level of sellers. Broke down here, retested here, big fall. All right. To where when it came up here again, You know, you're going to see a lot of wick, a lot of liquidity pressures around levels like this, but you want to be patient, allow price to show his hand, and then you execute and flow with the market. You see, as retail traders, we don't move the market. You know, we just, the profitable traders, as profitable traders, we follow the market. We flow with the market. We ride the wave. You know, we follow the smart money, the big money, all right, the institutional money flow. So now you can see here, we're seeing strong rejection here as well. So if I go down now to the daily, all right here, we had a nice daily close below this level of structure. So that's also a nice indication that it's likely you're going down lower. All right, but this is about the 4-hour break and retest. So now right here, this is also an indication. This 4-hour break of structure right there, that's your indication that, okay, it's likely we're going lower. So I would have liked to enter on this pullback here. It didn't retest all the way or pull back that deep, but you still could have entered there. Now, I want to show how you could have entered this on a 1 hour as well, and this is how you could have looked at it. So you got the 4-hour breakdown. Now, let's say you go to the 1 hour. All right, boom. So this move here makes up basically the 4-hour engulfing breakdown. So now on this pullback right here, you could have entered. All right. On that slight pullback, it didn't pull back too much, but on that slight pullback is where you could have entered. Stop loss above here. So above here, this will be, you see on the 1 hours, starting to make lower lows and lower highs, right? So this stop loss above here is above structure, which is your lower high. But if you go to the 4-hour, you know, some traders are taught that you should have a certain stop loss, like 15, 20 pip every trade. It's how I trade. My stop loss is based off of structure. All right. So if you put your stop loss there, and if you look at the 4-hour, that stop loss is showing that it's above, or that lower high is above this 4-hour structure, above this breakdown. Boom. So you entered there, and at the same time, at the bare minimum, expect price to come to this level of support. This is where you would exit, or this is one of your could be one of your take profits. Let's say if you're because me, I like to aim for at least 1 to 2 risk to reward. You can see right here, this would have been over a 1 to 2, 1 to 2.33, risking about 83 pips to make about 194 to, you know, you could have had it a little lower if you wanted, to 200 plus pips in this zone. Great setup. All right, so that was one opportunity, but that's not all. You had another one here, and if you watch my trend line strategy, you would know, or if you know about the trend lines, I taught my trend line strategy, you will see that this is an area, this is where you would have had your counter trend line, or, you know, your trend line here. All right, wick to wick, I draw it wick to wick. So you can see the next opportunity. Well, actually, no, not that one. I'm gonna come back to that one. You have multiple, this is the beauty of the strategy. You'll have multiple opportunities. The next opportunity was here. So this is also a minor level right here of resistance or supply. This is a level of supply. So I draw this in. I see that this is an area to pay attention to, an area of structure. So now, right, if you didn't catch the first opportunity I showed you, right, if you didn't catch the first opportunity, which was here, this breakdown and slight pullback, all right, you had another opportunity here. So now, boom, another 4-hour break of structure, right? 4-hour, it's an engulfing candle again. Now you look for the pullback or retest. Now, same thing I said there. Yeah, you could enter right after it. You know, if you feel like the risk reward is still worth it, stop loss, you know, above the engulfing and still take profit here. So that's still a nice setup, nice risk to reward, you know, but ideally you want to see that pullback or retest. So this came and pulled back and retest perfectly. It retested this zone. So pulling back into here, you look for your entry, stop loss above the engulfing candle, and then same thing at the bare minimum price down here. Now right there, you're looking at a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Beautiful. This setups like this gives you great risk to reward, great opportunities. And man, this thing is money. All right. Now, if you missed that opportunity, you had another one. All right. You had another opportunity. I actually used this week on at the recording of this video on GN on the GBP and ZD setup I showed you. I had a sell limit on the pullback after I saw the engulfing breakdown, 4-hour breakdown, and it was a sniper entry. All right, so right here I got the trend line drawn like I showed you, and you can see here this is the 4-hour break. So not only did it break down, but it broke our trend line right there, technically, right? Slightly broke below our trend line. Now on this pullback. So this pullback is where you would have entered. You know, same thing. You know, you could take it down to the 1 hour if you want. You could enter on a smaller time frame, but overall, you just want to see a pullback of that. All right. So basically, this pullback here, and not only did it pull back, it retested our trend line. It retested the trend line. So that's like multiple confluence of looking for the sell. Break, retest. On this retest, stop loss above, right? You see the stop loss is basically above this lower high right there. But if we look at the 4 hour, that's above that engulfing breakdown of structure, 4 hour breakdown. And then boom. You can see it continued at least to this area. That's 1 to 2, right? Risking 50 pips to make 100 plus, but it dropped even further. This dropped over 200 pips from there. 1 to 4 risk to reward. These are the type of setups you want, man. And this just keeps it very, very simple. All right. Very simple. So I encourage you to backtest this, add this to your trading with everything that, you know, you learn and different things I've showed, and just see how you can simplify price action. Be patient with these type of scenarios. Let price come to you and execute. All right. So I hope you got value out of that. And go on and put it to action. Put it to action. Be patient. And let's catch these pips. Y'all be blessed.